Hi everyone, welcome to our latest video. Really pleased to be able to show you on this lovely late August afternoon this beautiful Harley Davidson XL 1200 Custom Limited CA. Bit of a mouthful and probably a little bit easier just to refer to it as a Harley Davidson Sportster. This is a 1200 Sportster, or a Custom Limited from the 1200 Sportster family, and as you can see, this is a 2014 64 plate. She's covered just 9,700 miles, so just coming up 4 years old, so she's covered just under 2,500 miles a year. And I think you'll agree, particularly in the, as I say, this late August sunshine, the colour combination on this bike really is something else. It's absolutely beautiful in the flesh. This is called two-tone amber whiskey. I guess to the layman we would just say that's Harley Davidson colours with the orange and black. And as I say, in the flesh it's absolutely stunning. I'm not sure that the camera will actually reproduce it quite as nicely as it looks in real life, but we can only do our best. Okay, so basically the custom Sportster, as opposed to, for example, the Sportsters that maybe most of you are more familiar with, the 48s, etc. We've got a more custom tank, bigger tank than, for example, a Sportster 48, and we've got this fat front end with the 5-spoke cast alloy wheel, and as you can see we've got a big Harley Davidson branded but Michelin Scorcher on the front, which is actually a 130/90 on a 16-inch rim. So that's where we get the fat front end. So a 130 front and a 150 rear. And I have to say, having ridden this bike a couple of times now, it's great fun. It's never going to win any races. That's obviously not what Harley Davidson is really about. But having ridden the 883 Sportster as well, the extra torque and the little bit of extra power from the 1200 does make a vast difference. And you can actually make some really deceptively brisk progress actually on this bike. So this is a 2014 model year bike. There are a number of upgrades, but particularly with the brakes. This has a 300mm disc as opposed to the earlier models 292, and we've got uprated brake calipers, both front and rear, and they were redesigned for better aesthetics as well, so they look quite nice. And also this particular bike is fitted with the optional ABS system. Not that one would purposely want to take a bike this beautiful out in the wet, but if you did get caught out, or you need to carry out an emergency stop, it's nice to know that the ABS is there. We've got a few additions on the bike as well. We've got Willie G fork protectors there, a Harley Davidson little belly pan there just to protect the bottom of the frame, and electrics down there from the worst of the weather if you ride all year round. We've got a Willie G Skull black left side engine casing cover. You may have already spotted we've got a custom Harley Davidson seat, which gives a little bit of extra comfort for both rider and pillion, and that leads nicely onto the sissy bar we've got there and the rack. So whilst I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is a bike that you necessarily want to go touring on, certainly for days out with a pillion, put your picnic on the rack, it'd be a lovely bike for a day out. We've also got the Willie G Skull air filter cap there as well, which covers the stage 1 air filter, and again the Willie G right hand engine cover there. Now the most obvious addition, which those of you that know your Harleys would have already spotted, are these Vance and Hines exhausts. So along with the stage 1 tune via the air filter, these allow the engine just to breathe a bit more deeply, a little bit more power, but I think more importantly it unlocks that that wonderful and iconic Harley sound. We'll do some close-ups for you. As you can see, the chrome is in lovely condition. We've also got the addition of these black brake and clutch levers as well. We have got the standard levers. And again, just do some close-ups on the paintwork on that front mudguard. Absolutely unmarked, no chips or scrapes or scuffs. And the same with the front wheel. And even the fork leg, as you can see. Something that I think it's fair to say that Harleys can be prone to is a little bit of pitting and lacquer peeling off the fork legs, but these are absolutely unblemished. As you can see, no corrosion to the rocker covers. No marks on the engine casings. And back up to this beautiful tank, as you can see. Do some close-ups on the paintwork there. It's a really beautiful, deep, metallic. And I particularly love the silver or the grey pinstripe that separates the orange from the silver, and again to the black. Again, all the chrome on the rack indicators and rear shock, all absolutely lovely. Being really fussy, there's just a little bit of bubbling under the paint on the belt cover there, but certainly nothing that detracts from the overall look. And again, being ultra fussy, you may not see in the reflection, but there's just a couple of tiny little marks on the rearmost exhaust, but certainly nothing that detracts from the as I say, the overall look of the bike. So she had a brand new tyre 400 miles ago, which we have the receipt for, Michelin Scorcher, and as you'll notice from the advert, she's going to come with a brand new front as well. So obviously at the time of doing the video that's not been fitted because it hasn't arrived yet, but that will be done nonetheless. Again, opportunity to do some close-ups on the engine on the left hand side. Okay, right, we'll start her up for you. Most of you will be familiar, I'm sure, that this particular model comes with keyless ignition. So it comes with 2 keys, but fundamentally that's really for the steering lock, which is there. But basically, keyless ignition. Just turn it to run, and that effectively turns the ignition on. Now, just temporarily, we've actually cable tied one of the keyless remotes to the bike. It just helps when we're moving the bike around so that the alarm doesn't keep beeping. But basically, we've got two keys and 2 remotes, and providing one of those remotes is on your person and in proximity to the bike, she will start. Okay, we won't run her up for long for courtesy to the neighbours, but we'll just start her up just so you can hear the Vance & Hines exhaust, and we hope to do a secondary video out on the road later on. So there you go. That's what an XL 1200 sounds like with Vance & Hines exhaust. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful sound. What's amazing about the Harleys, when they're idling, you think the engine's going to rattle itself out of the frame. By the time we give it some revs, it really smooths out. And there you go, wonderful sound. Have to say, certainly a bike that would benefit from you having cordial relationships with your neighbours because of the volume. And just to confirm, she's got a full service history. So first serviced at 1700 miles, then again at 5750 miles, and just serviced for a 3rd time by ourselves with that new front tyre, and will of course come with 12 months MOT as with all our bikes. And to summarise, this is a Harley Davidson XL 1200 Custom Limited CA, 9,700 miles, and this bike's available at 7295. Hope you enjoyed the video.